okay there, pal?
I'm dying.
Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason Axe.
Oh, and I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the podcast that'll hit you harder than a jiu-jitsu learning girlfriend.
True. Hitting with love, of course.
Well,
it's not.
that's apparently that's debatable.
Is it though? I don't think it's debatable. What am I doing here? My everything is screwed up. I'm losing my mind.
Everything is awesome. Oh,
No.
wow.
Oh,
See
hey,
that?
look at that. They were probably
Roll.
twists.
Yeah.
Hey.
They are
Wait,
not
save
twists.
those. Is it going to be currency in the future?
Oh, you're buzzing.
Oh, I'm buzzing.
Come on.
Am I buzzing? Am I still buzzing?
You're a buzz feed. No, wait.
What?
Up.
Up.
No, you're still buzzing.
Oh, what about now?
Yeah.
What about now?
Yeah, asshole, you're still buzzing.
I don't know how to make it stop.
Well, you gotta do the thing that.
What? Oh, I got to lower it?
No, it's worse.
What about this?
Raise me up.
Is this better?
No. All right, fuck it. It's just
I don't know. Wait, what if I unplug and plug it? What if I unplug it and plug it back
That'd
in?
be awful for the audience. So go ahead.
Oh, wait. Everybody mute your eardrums.
You know what's funny?
What about now?
The buzzing's me.
You son of a bitch.
What are you gonna do?
So wait, are we still
Jesus.
buzzing?
Yep. Oh.
If you haven't figured it out now, after a few years, we've totally got our technical issues figured out. Are you, what is
See,
this,
it
amateur?
wasn't doing that before the show.
It's
pretty good.
Is it pretty good or is it good?
It's pretty good.
But is pretty good enough
For this show, it is.
Aim for the bare minimum, kids.
Yep.
That's what we try to teach everybody here.
Well, you know who's not aiming for the bare minimum?
Who?
That is the POTUS. He is.
I think that's debatable, sir.
Okay, you want to debate me?
You want to fucking go at it? We'll go at it. I'll do it right now.
Try it out. So,
Debate.
okay. He has done some things over the past week that
You're not wrong.
he's had a busy week.
He fucking should. He's the president.
Well, you would think so. But I mean, among the terrible things he's done something kind of awesome.
Has he now?
And I'm talking about hashtag Space Force.
Hashtag Space Force. Yes.
The president of the United States
good Lord.
has created a new branch.
What are we doing with our lives?
Right now we're on the
What is
internet.
America doing with its life?
We're a young nation
Bullshit.
comparatively.
Young at heart. Would you say?
Yeah, I don't think Trump has a young heart.
Young at heart, old in motions.
That's a T-shirt.
Oh. Boom.
That's a T-shirt.
Novelties. All up in your shit. Take a sip. That was a loud sip.
That might have been the buzzing. But yeah, so he created a new branch called the Space Force.
Okay. What is your understanding of the Space Force?
I think it's a lot like the Force.
Should we? This is probably something we should have Googled before the show.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie. I heard it announced. You know what? I don't want to Google it.
let's just guess.
I want to guess
Let's
what it
just
is
guess.
because I mean, with this batshit motherfucker,
Correct us
it
in
could-
the chat.
Don't even bother. Let's face it. None of this matters. I saw the headline like Trump announces Space Force, which is something that he's talked about in the past.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my god, I imagine this is what he thinks. We're gonna have goddamn Space Marines.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I would
like
have.
we are going to do Reverse Predator.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Right?
All right.
It'd be a great show or a great movie.
Well, that's real life, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's about to happen.
Yeah.
We're about to go to some other planets.
When
drop in on those
when I
motherfuckers.
first heard Space Force, besides the actual force,
Right.
and then I heard it's going to be a branch of the military or defense or whatever the fuck we call it nowadays, the executive, judicial, all that shit.
Continue.
But I thought it was going to be like an army of space ghosts.
That's what I want to see.
Right.
I mean, Space Ghost.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't see it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There.
Coast to coast, an
Coast to
underrated
coast.
show.
Great show. I have hair in my nose. I am not show ready right now.
Not at all.
So you thought it was going to be a series of that it was going to be an army of space ghosts.
Space Ghosts, right? Like so.
I envision like the Marines from Alien 2.
Well, here's the issue. This is what I think happened. I think the government finally told Trump about aliens, and then this is his response: we need a defense.
No, he's been putting the kids in cages.
Well, no.
That was his response to the talk about aliens.
Ayo.
Boom, political humor. It's not really humor. It's fucking sad.
It's really disgusting, actually. But and did you see the headlines today? He said
he put an executive order on his own policy, which you could easily just say, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore.
But the best quote ever came out today where he said, yeah, I'm going to sign something to make that not happen. That was a direct
Holy
quote.
shit. You motherfuckers voted that guy to lead our country. What
I'm going to sign.
How are we not just
something.
like how is this not it's been what now? Like 2 years almost?
Yeah.
Like how are we not in Biff Tannen's version of Back to the Future?
Oh, we're getting there, man.
Like, it's just like fucking Mad Max on the streets. Everybody's doing blow.
See, what the fucking crazy thing is he's gonna win again.
You know what though?
I'm calling it right now. He is going to win again. And I don't. That's not an endorsement.
That's a bold statement.
That is not an endorsement.
I mean, we already know the guy can win.
He's very good at winning, and unfortunately.
Now, okay, is he really good at winning, or is like everybody who goes up against him just really good at losing?
Well, that's a good.
Kind of like
a tomato thing.
Kind of like in the NBA, it's like the team that lost really beat themselves. Because like J.R. Smith forgot that there was only 4 seconds left on the clock, and he's running around with the goddamn ball. I feel like everybody who goes up against Trump is just like the Cleveland Cavaliers from this past finals.
Right.
Like, and that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly may be the case. I mean, it's definitely, he gets them out of their element.
Yeah.
So that kind of like rattles them a little bit. But anyway, I think it's going to happen because he has like some stuff to talk about that like he can put claim to fame to, even though it's not really his doing. Like the economy being better. I mean, Christy fact checked me on that.
Do the math.
And other things about employment where he can be like, yeah, I did this, and well, I guess statistically, but those things were like put in motion like before you got here, bro. That's like saying you order a pizza,
right,
and then for a party, and then all the guests come to the party, and when the pizza arrives, the guest that came in at the same time is like, oh, I brought the pizza. Like that's
a great fucking analogy.
Like that is the Trump presidency.
Right.
He brought the pizza.
Good high five. Oh, we don't do politics on this show, but
we
god
do
damn
pizza.
it, we're doing. You're goddamn right, we do pizza. That was the best political commentary I think I've heard all year.
That's right. This has become a political show.
So Space Force.
Oh, so Space Force.
Okay.
So yeah, fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
And I heard Space Force, and I'm like, about fucking time.
I mean, I do have an interest in space.
Okay.
I do think that we are at a point where, yeah, we should maybe go trek across the final frontier.
Well, we're one step closer to Firefly, which is amazing.
Are we?
Yeah, once you have the space police, then you can regulate the fucking...
oh, shit. Are we the Browncoats?
We might be the Browncoats.
We lose. Shit.
Oh, yeah, we do.
That's depressing.
But anyway, once you get the space police,
Right.
then you can get, the fucking Elon Musk and his goddamn robots to fly us into space.
Yeah, I mean, he's got SpaceX.
Yeah.
He's sending cars out there.
Yes, but now we need Space Force X
Space Force X.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that like the spinoff,
I mean, I guess.
like the
Or
late
it's
night.
like it's like X-Force. I don't know.
Oh my god. So well, the first step has to be Mars.
You would think.
Like we have to put somebody on Mars.
I mean, they're going to. Like,
Right?
some crazy motherfuckers are going to die on Mars.
I mean, we've got robots up there.
Mm-hmm.
They found water. Like, it has to be a race to Mars.
You would think. Like, and that's the thing is, like, is Space Force going to blast motherfuckers out of the sky till we get there? Like, what's the deal?
I would envision that it's like a deterrent from some Independence Day level shit happening. Or like if a predator somehow makes it.
So you're thinking like intergalactical.
I'm thinking like intergalactical war.
Okay,
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that's fair. That is a. I was gonna say that's a reasonable thing to think about, but it's not. So that's a
For
thing.
this show, it's a reasonable thing to think about.
That is a thing to think about.
Right. Yeah. So, because, I mean, you read up on some stuff that's been happening lately. Like, there have been reports of UFOs.
Well,
we don't know what they are.
Weren't they just worried about fucking aliens hijacking the fucking
there was a thing about
Bluetooth or something?
like aliens being able to sort of hijack some communication, like
the internet. That's what they were worried about.
Well, they're always going to be worrying about the internet. I mean, come on.
Who's not worried about the
Not
internet?
worried about the internet. I mean, net neutrality got rolled back. We're all fucked.
Wait, wasn't net neutrality a bad thing?
No, net neutrality was a good thing. Net neutrality made it so like anybody could provide content, and like the viewer wouldn't have to pay extra to obtain that content.
Right.
But all the service providers were like, well, I want to charge more because I got a thing for Netflix, but not for Hulu. So I want to fuck over the people who have Hulu and charge them more to use Hulu. And then
I thought
at the FCC.
I thought net neutrality was that.
Yeah,
and it's not that. It's the thing that everybody wants
because it's a neutral internet. Levels the playing field.
When you look at the name, it pretty much tells you.
It does indeed.
I didn't look at the name.
Not many people did.
Now, if we look at the name of Space Force, let's break this down.
So you got two words. You have
space.
Outer space.
This is space.
Well, it is space, but there's no force between us. Mm-hmm. Or is there?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is the episode.
They've been waiting all season.
For this. It's just will they, won't they?
It's very much won't they. Very much.
Wait till after that one, fella.
All right.
Oh, man. So, okay. Obviously, it's the outer space.
Yes, okay.
And
I think we can agree on that.
And you hear the word force.
Right.
I mean, I know Trump's all about forcing himself
this climate?
on people. In this climate.
Right.
You got to, wow, look who's in charge.
I mean, that's fair.
So force, it's got to be some kind of special forces that are going out there.
Yes.
An army of sorts to patrol I was going to say the space waves, but there's no directions in space.
Right. You have to imagine like space warfare is really slow.
Yeah, it's not like in the movies.
No, because you got to like, equal and opposite reaction, and you gotta like.
Can we get a chalkboard for this?
Yeah, I know. You gotta you gotta blast the jets over this way to go that way, but then if they go this way, then you gotta like kind of blast down and then over. It's like kind of like in a Rubik's Cube where you kind of have to figure out where the fuck.
No, it's more like the game Asteroids.
Yes and no.
No? Why no?
Because in Asteroids, you can just spin freely.
Yeah.
But in this, you have to propulsion your way around.
Well, yeah, you have the little propulsion thing.
Yeah, but that wasn't in Asteroids.
That wasn't Asteroids.
No, there was no propulsion in Asteroids.
Yeah. That's how you moved.
We're talking about the little triangle game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the big blocks.
I'm just saying, when you're standing still.
Right.
And you're the little triangle.
Right.
You can spin.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Sure, I mean, it says who?
The physics and Einstein and shit.
But science will prevail all of that.
I guess, but like maybe if you had like a vacuum and you can kind of, well, there's no fucking does a vacuum cleaner work in space because it's a vacuum?
I mean, it worked in Spaceballs.
Okay, that's science.
True. Boom. We saw. We solved it. Okay. So, putting together a team.
Mm-hmm.
How do we go
we're
about
putting
doing
together
that?
a team?
We're putting together a team.
Oh, we're the Super Space Force team.
The Super Space Force draft, yeah.
Oh, we're drafting. Okay. 5?
5? We can do 5.
Let's do 5. Okay. Let's. Where's the bottle cap? We grab a bottle cap. Well, we got to flip to see who goes first.
Oh my god! Like this.
Do you want fucking gimmicks or no gimmicks?
No gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
That's
needed.
how it works.
No gimmicks. Okay, go ahead.
Wait. So who are we allowed to pick?
Anyone.
Any.
Well, any American. Come on.
Holy shit.
It's an American program. What do you want?
You know what though? I suppose. I don't know how the draft works.
Right.
So okay. Well, fuck. So that means I can't draft like Arnold? I mean, he was governor of California.
He's sort of an American. I think he's got dual citizenship.
He probably does at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
Hey, Christy, Google that.
I feel like he's got the experience.
Okay.
He was a Terminator. He fought a Predator, and he survived, and he was a commando. And he also fought Santa Claus. So I got to go with Arnold.
Okay.
First take
Arnold. I got to see your Arnold, and I've got to raise you one Bruce Willis. He was in that asteroid movie.
Fuck, he was.
Yeah.
Shit.
And he was a real fucking cocksucker in that movie, too, which I think is what you need. For
you need kind of like that grizzled old motherfucker who was like, we're gonna fucking get this shit done.
Right, exactly.
You know,
and I think Bruce Willis
really pull the team together.
Yeah,
no nonsense.
would be the leader. Leader of the pack.
Leader of the pack. So I got Arnold. I'm thinking next, Seagal.
Seagal?
Yeah.
All right. You don't waste some picks, I guess.
I don't know. No. Seagal in his prime, man. Take you to the blood bank.
Are you going all actors? Or are you going to, deviate?
No. Don't worry. I'll figure something out.
Okay. All right. My pick number 2. Floyd Mayweather.
Why?
Well, because 1, I don't care if he dies. So if the plane crash is going down. 2, he's a genius, and he can punch a motherfucker.
Yeah, but, he...
And he's got that cash money.
So what is he gonna be like your guy in the chair almost, where he's just he's funding everything? I mean the government's funding it. You don't need cash money.
Yeah, but he was...
Why wouldn't you go with Will Smith? He punched an alien in the face. You wasted a pick.
You wasted a pick.
How did I waste a pick?
What's your next pick?
Will Smith.
Fine. You know what? Fuck you, Jaden Smith. Splitting up families, the government
Fine,
is.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep the team together. I'm gonna go Jeff Goldblum.
Oh wow, that's tough.
Buzz.
Okay, so I've got Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Floyd Mayweather and Jaden Smith. He was in that Pacific Rim movie.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Or that other one with Will Smith.
After Earth?
Sure.
That pile of shit?
It's the same movie.
It's not. They're very different movies.
We are picking people for the Space Force.
Space Force.
Yes, we're doing a draft.
This is a draft. We're drafting people for Space Force.
Okay. So, and you picked
I've got
Goldblum.
I got Goldblum now.
I feel like
I feel like you need a wild card.
Well, there's only one wild card in this world. Gotta go with Gary Busey.
Fuck, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh man, shit, I don't know how to top that. What do we got here? Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, we didn't pick any chicks. We gotta be diverse.
I mean, okay. I was gonna pick Chuck Norris.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
All right, I'm gonna pick.
I think that's 5.
Yeah, that's your
5 and
5. So what's your? No, you had first pick, so I got my last.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So run down your list again.
Okay, so I got Arnold, Seagal,
Yep.
Will Smith, Goldblum, and Chuck Norris.
See, you went with all actors. I told you were gonna do that.
They're all badasses though. They're all guys who can legitimately fight or fire a gun. What more do you need?
I mean,
and they at one point or another they've all fought aliens.
You're not wrong.
In some capacity.
Women are less affected negatively by being in space and for a looking period.
Can you read?
I don't know.
Women are less affected negatively by being in space for a long period. You need to think about longevity. I mean, that is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Plus, like, can't have a sausage fest.
I mean, you could.
So
we're not paying them to fuck.
okay,
We're paying them to fight aliens.
I mean, that's fair. I'm gonna go with for my last one. Hold on. I gotta look her up. Hold on. Talk to the people.
Who are you trying to go with?
The black chick from Firefly. What's her name?
Gina Torres?
Sure.
Okay.
So there.
So that's your team.
That's my dream
You
team.
picked you did pick all actors too.
No, I didn't. Floyd Mayweather is not an actor.
Brother. Come on. He ain't fooling nobody.
Yeah, I guess. So my list was Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, Jaden
Smith, which you wasted a fucking pick.
What are you gonna do? Can't all be winners. Need someone to sacrifice. So
Well, I guess so. Sacrifice Seagal first.
yeah,
Because I feel like
Yeah.
he'd be the guy who'd be like, we're going to just go out there and we're going to fight all these aliens. Wow, my Seagal sounds a lot like Trump. Because I feel like he would be the guy who would think that he could, like, just straight up kung fu an alien.
Yeah.
And he would just get cut in half.
yeah.
I feel like that's how it would
That's
go.
fair. So I had after Jaden Smith, my
You had
fourth.
Busey.
I had Gary Busey,
Right.
and then the chick from Firefly.
Right.
That's a solid
It's
team.
not terrible.
It's a
I
solid
I
team.
feel like you've got some ones that might bite you in the ass.
I don't know. I've got the good leader in Willis. I've
Right.
got the smart businessman / fighter in Mayweather. I've got the bait in Jaden Smith, and then I got the wild card in Gary Busey.
Right.
And then I've got the one who, the
I really want to hear your rationalization for a female character.
what? There's no rationale. She was a badass in that show.
I'm
She's
not
experienced
saying,
in
no.
space.
I
She
just
was
wanted to
second
hear-
in command.
Okay, so good rationalization.
Thank you. I read they were considering an all-female team for the first Mars mission because men go blind from being in space. Well, that's weird because, like, if you go to Mars, you're going to die on Mars. Like, there's no coming back from Mars.
I don't know. Matt Damon came back.
Yeah, with potatoes. But, like...
He did have potatoes.
But, like, if you sign up for that mission, you ain't coming back. Like, that's kind of the deal.
I feel like we're at the point where we need to start putting mass amounts of people on different planets and moons.
Okay.
Like we should
You volunteering, bro?
to go up with like a group of people,
Yeah.
and just straight up and just party all the time on the moon.
That's not what you do.
What do you do?
But you also want to be blind? I mean,
No, I don't want to be blind. I mean, I'll go blind for partying so hard. Whoa, I'm on the moon, bitches. That's what I would be, like 24/7. What else are you gonna do on the moon? You're on the fucking moon.
you're there to colonize, dude.
Right.
You're there to
colonize the fuck out of some shit. Yeah, I'd be like, this area is mine.
You're there to set up
This
a
is-
democratic community with the 13 colonies, and
Why's it gotta be democratic?
well, bro, come on. What are you, some Kim
No, I'm just trying.
Kim Jong?
I'm not saying it's gotta be communist.
Oh, okay. So what are you, a Marxist?
We could be socialists.
Yeah, that's pretty much communism. So
Oh, fuck you. No, but I feel like we're at a point where we should start occupying space on the moon. Why not?
I think we need to start advertising on the moon.
Advertising on the moon?
Advertising.
Why?
Because there's big money in that, bro.
What, like having a big advertisement show up?
Dude, if we projected the Brainwreck Show logo on the moon, you know how many more viewers we would get?
You know how much money that would cost?
Probably a lot.
I don't have that money.
Well,
In 100 lifetimes.
we should come up with the patent and sell it
The
to
patent.
Yeah, and sell it to Starbucks so that they gave us the money because
Why Starbucks?
because Starbucks will advertise on anything, and so like they'll want to put their little fish lady up on the moon for their logo, and so we'll take that money and then we'll just be like,
We'll swindle them.
well, yeah, right, we'll be
Okay.
like takesy backsies, and then we'll put our
Okay.
logo up on the moon.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think that's a dumb idea.
okay, well, I don't see you come
I'm
up with anything.
focusing on colonization. Let's start sending people to the moon.
Why the moon?
Why not? It's the closest thing to us.
Well, isn't there like a thing where if
You gotta. It's a look. The moon is a jumping off point.
Okay, it's like an egg.
It's like an egg.
You're right.
You got the egg. It's a jumping off point. You send more people to the moon. You build up your little space colony.
Right.
You start inhabiting different planets from there. Or expand the prison system. Send the prisoners to the moon.
Yeah, but like then you gotta fix the weed thing first though, because you can't
Thing. Oh, because you can't send like people who like.
got busted for weed.
Well,
to
it
the
like
moon.
it depends. Like you can send all the rapists and all the murderers. To
You
the
can
moon.
give them enough weed to go to the moon. There,
Oh, brother, you're telling me.
All right. So
What are you doing after the show?
Oh well, fuck it. Joining the Space Force, what I'm doing,
Right.
man. Like, but okay. So now that we have our dream team, right?
Okay.
And you've got your Space Force 1 rocket,
Right.
that's gonna go into there and patrol.
Yeah, where do you go first? We've been to the moon.
Right, we sent robots to
you
Mars.
go there to maybe send like the colonization people.
Right. Now, isn't it
You go
a
to
thing?
Saturn?
I don't think it's like a stable thing, like it's gas mostly.
Yeah, well you can patrol it. Part of being on the space team.
So the
is just to
moon is
patrol.
Australia now, where you're sending all the convicts.
Why not?
It worked out. Like, I mean, besides that, like everything in the world can kill you there.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
fucking.
everything on the moon can kill you there.
It's that's so unromantic.
What? Sending prisoners to the moon?
I thought Australia is pretty romantic.
I've never been to Australia.
Well, no, it's a fucking long way away. Like they got kangaroos and shit.
Yeah. They got
And,
drop bears
drop
too.
bears.
Drop
Gotta
bears.
watch out for
Gotta
the fucking
watch out
drop
for those
bears.
fucking drop bears. They'll kill you.
Yep.
They will eat your face off.
So, but like Australia is like the size of the United States, but with like the population of California.
Yeah.
So like there's all this room.
Right.
So I'm assuming how many moons can fit in the Earth? Christy, Google that.
12?
How many moons from
12.
the Earth? Because like if you go with
I think it's 12.
so if you go
How many?
with a group of 12 to the moon, you get basically the size of the Earth.
It's 50. I was off by a couple.
So right. So if you go to the moon with 50 people, you basically get your own Earth.
What? Wait. No. How does the math work in that scenario?
No, you get one 1/100th of Christy. What's the math?
What are you trying
You get a lot
to
of land.
say?
You get a lot of land. I'm just saying, like you don't,
we,
and
the
you don't even
United
have to
States,
kill any
are
Native
going
Americans
to the
for it.
What?
What?
What? What did you say?
I said you don't have to get rid of any Native Americans for it either. Like in America, good old USA.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What is
This math is bad.
yes?
Christy, what's the math on that? How much?
What math? Well, you keep saying math. What math are you
No,
trying to do?
if you go up with 50 people,
Right.
And if
It's not a 1-to-1 ratio.
no, but if the moon can fit in the Earth 50 times,
Right.
right? And you go up to the moon with 50 people, how much land do you get? That's like one of those fucking SAT questions.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why do you think that? No, because like America.
Are we talking like 12 acres? What are we talking?
We are just taking over land. We are claiming land on the moon.
Well, I know, yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter how much. We're just claiming land, and we're going
well,
to.
that's bullshit because the Ruskies will get the rest.
Well, that's why we have the Space Force,
Right.
So that it's equal parts. Or do we start sending people from? Do we with other nations if they still like us, send groups of people, and it's like you are now the population of the moon. You are now one nation. You are the Moon Nation.
The Moon Nation.
The Moon Nation.
If you divide the circumference of the moon by 50, that's what you get. Well, what is
the circumference
solve for
of
X? Solve
Okay.
for X.
So all I'm trying to say is we start sending people to the moon.
Right.
We build up stations.
Right.
And then we become like owners of the parts of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we like the moon, and then eventually there's like a revolt. And then
Well, I was going to say, this is like the Middle East. Like, this is the same thing.
What?
Where we set up, like, the government in the Middle East.
We're not setting up a government.
And then
I guess we kind of
they overthrow it, and then they become our enemies.
No, we're just colonizing.
Yeah, but then it's got to be all USA, bro.
Well, I mean, eventually, because nobody owns the moon. Does somebody own the moon?
Well, I mean,
Like, is it God's moon?
Well, come on, that's like saying it's God's air. Like,
I mean, okay,
we should buy the air.
buy the air.
I'm surprised there's not an air tax.
Give it a few years.
I mean, with Trump's America.
I mean, in this climate.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? We're just gonna send Americans then,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna start colonizing sections of the moon.
Yeah.
And then we can come up with terms and agreements for any other country that wants to come there.
Yeah, it's like a tourist destination.
It's like a tourist destination, or if they want land.
Then you got like, then you're
out.
gonna have like a Disney Universal thing going on, and you just don't want. You can nip that in the bud.
Yeah, but then like the consumer wins.
Well, I guess
Because you get Disney and
that is,
Universal.
competition is healthy.
Yeah.
For a good economy. So, yeah, I guess I could see it.
Okay. So we're going to colonize the moon. Space Force to
For a
protect
theme
us
park.
all. For a theme park.
Well, yeah, isn't that what we're doing?
Okay.
I mean,
I
what
don't
else?
hate that idea.
What you can do up there? Can't grow anything.
I don't know. Look at the Earth.
That's like the fucking Grand Canyon. Like, what do you actually do there?
Yeah, it is kind of like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. You just go there and you're like,
You start doing moon shit. Thing is, like you have a clean slate. You can do whatever you want.
I guess, but then you have to wear the fucking suit, because if you colonize the moon, theoretically, you're putting fucking like bubbles up there for people to live in, right?
You're putting like structures,
Right.
and buildings.
So like you're basically like a fucking hamster, living in a goddamn fucking Ferris wheel,
I don't
and
know.
then you.
Hamsters are cool. They live the good life.
Not really. But anyway, so like, why would you go? That's like those motherfuckers that are like, we're on vacation. Where are you going? Well, we're going to the wax museum. Like, fucking why? Like,
What do you got against the wax museum?
dude, it's a ripoff.
Which one?
The fucking Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, okay. It is expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So you're saying going
And like, I have Google. I can see these celebrities. Like, it's not like I can't ever fucking see them.
So your idea of like going to the moon and looking
Oh
at
shit! You get 135.66 miles per person if you send 50 people, which is about 86,822 acres.
I feel like that's a good amount of land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
should
could
do
do
this.
something with that.
Yeah, I could definitely do something with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big bonfires.
Big bonfires.
Well, you can't. No, that's a vacuum. We didn't think this.
You
through.
have to put it in an enclosure.
Well, that's not fun. Then you can't burn shit.
Yeah, you can. You build a building for the fires.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you want to take the fire, just open the door.
I mean, I guess, but then like the vacuum comes in and sucks it out, and then
Oh yeah.
then you got floating fires through space, which is just like the fucking most metal band name ever.
Floating fires through space.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Well, you got to abbreviate it. It's kind of like Tool.
What does TOOL stand for?
I don't know. Not a fan.
Great talk. great. Okay. So we got everybody gets 135 miles, give or take.
Right.
A couple decimal points. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a good place
I
to
trust
start.
her math though.
I do too.
She's got a degree.
She's got a few.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spot on.
Cool.
So Space Force.
So Space
So now that I've got my
135 miles.
130. Well, let's just round up to 136.
Okay.
136 miles. I need somebody to protect it,
Right. And you've got your team.
and I've got my team.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's well, theoretically 2 teams in our situation, but really one team protecting the galaxy.
Yeah.
So you kind of got like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing going on here.
Sort of, yeah.
Without the killer soundtrack.
Right.
I'm just thinking about that. I'm trying to think who's my lovable tree character of my group.
I mean, Busey's kind of tree-like.
Yeah, but he's more of a rocket.
You're going to think way too hard on this.
It's probably Jaden Smith.
I would say that, too. See, I personally...
it's probably Jaden Smith.
I would rent my land.
What?
I would rent it.
Fuck you. You're not getting any value out of renting.
What do you mean?
You fucking rent, then
rental,
you don't...
Moon rental property is going to skyrocket, literally.
Oh, you're saying you're going to rent out your land.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a genius idea. I thought you were going to rent the land that you have. I'm like, why would you do that? You're not getting any return.
I own that land. That's my land.
Investment.
I claim that land.
Right.
That land belongs to me.
This land
is my land. That land is your land.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck on that side of the fence. I don't want your dog shitting in my yard.
Right.
So I will rent out my land to the highest bidder, and then with all of that sweet fucking space money,
right,
I will build.
What if you get like the dark side of the moon, like some shitty property?
Well, like where all the meth heads go?
Yeah, it's like the swamplands. Like,
you know, the dark side of the moon is just a bunch of meth heads listening to Pink Floyd.
I mean,
it's
you know what, that actually may be more valuable,
right?
Because you could rent out the vacation. It could be like a timeshare.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
And then, like, with all my space money, I would, like, build my own little plot of land down on Earth where, like, nobody can bug me.
So you're not actually on the moon anymore?
No, fuck that. I don't want to be in space.
Who the fuck wants to go to space?
It's all gray and shit there. I live in Syracuse. It's gray enough as it is.
Space Force thing is fucking dumb.
So, enough of Space Force. You saw The Incredibles recently.
Yes. Yes, it was for my birthday, actually.
Yeah. You're old. Older. You're not old.
Old as fuck, motherfucker. I crossed the threshold. I'm in uncharted waters.
Oh.
I'm in big...
New decade.
New decade.
Do you feel 30?
You know, here's the thing. Somebody messaged me and said, "Are you worried about turning 30?" Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, not really. It is kind of a mind fuck,
right?
And I'll explain it this way, because in your mind, you always feel like you're 18, 19, 20, like you're always going to be that age in your mind.
I've been having like a lot of crisis of faiths lately.
Oh Jesus! Fuck.
So.
Gonna quit your job and join the Space Force? What's going on?
It's what's today? Wednesday? It's fucking who knows what Thursday holds.
Sure.
Yeah, man, because like kind of like you say like you sort of feel like you're 18, 19. There are days where I'm sitting there, I'm just like looking around at all my shit, and I'm like, this is cool. I got a lot of cool shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna be 30 next year. What does that mean? Am I not like? Am I not trying to be an adult? Should I try to be an adult? What does an adult do? How does an adult act? Am I mature? Like, I don't know. And I just I'm like, does any of this matter? What matters? What matters in life? I don't know what matters. I'm wearing a fucking Space Ghost shirt and I'm 29 years old. This is what I go through on a somewhat daily basis.
First off, kudos on the shirt.
I know, right? It's fucking amazing.
It was a super underrated show. It's an amazing show. But besides that, like, it's hard to put a finger on, because, like, you would say, to your credit,
right?
You did the thing. You went to college. You got the degree.
Right.
You got the whole thing. So that's a very adult thing to do.
Mm-hmm. I got a job.
You got a job. You can pay the bills yourself.
Pay my own bills.
Self-sufficient.
Yes.
So, like,
I'm independent, and I don't need no man.
That is right. He's Miss Independent, folks. So yes, in that sense, that you are very adult.
Right. Okay.
Good
cool.
Adulting.
I did it. Hot dog.
On my end,
jeez,
I've got like the kids,
right,
and the wife, and I'm married, and the whole thing.
You did it,
and that's very adult.
That's very adult.
It's an adult thing to do,
right?
I also have the job I hate, so that's an adult thing.
Yep, that's an adult thing.
I've also got bills and constant stress, and like those things are very adult.
Yeah.
But I also love comic books.
Okay.
So that is
Is it just because the generation before us kind of, because the way I always looked at it, like the generation before us sort of had the mentality of you go to school, you finish school, you get a job, you get married, you buy a house, you settle down. That's your life now. Whereas me and
well, what generation? Because like that's our parents'
like
generation.
our parents' generation.
Okay, I was gonna say the generation before us are still fucking doing meth and listening to Nirvana. So like,
yeah. So like our parents' generation.
yeah. Okay.
I would say yeah. The last group to really adult.
Right. Okay.
And I feel like a lot of that has been like projected onto us.
Right.
Because they're like, well,
go do your thing.
We went to school and then we got a job and then after the job we got married and then we bought a house and here we are and now you're here and what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Right.
And I'm like I live in an apartment.
I got 2 cats.
I got 2 cats. I got 2 cats and I just spent $300 on Ninja Turtle action figures. Like what?
Did.
I did. It's a true story.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
It's an investment.
Well, not really.
That's what I'll tell myself.
The collector's market's dog shit nowadays.
Yeah, but at least I get to look at them.
I mean, that's
sometimes I just like looking at things.
Leave them in the package, though, please.
Well, gotta air them out sometimes.
I guess.
Anyways, we saw this fucking movie.
Oh yeah, so
you're old. We saw this movie.
Well, let me get back to my thing. So like you said, are you worried about turning 30? And I'm like, well, it's kind of a mind fuck because I always kind of like, think of myself as 18, 19, 20 kind of thing. And to be 30 is kind of this thing like you never thought you're going to reach, but it's going to come no matter what. And the same thing goes with 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah. Well, if you're lucky and you don't get hit by a bus.
Exactly.
But like eventually you're just like, you know what? And I look back at like people I know and like some of them didn't even make it this far. Like I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I sit down and I do my own math and I'm like, like on paper, like things are good. Things are good on paper.
On paper.
It's once you really start to look inside of, everything that you're like, oh boy, holy shit. Wow. But yeah, like I think at 21, I would have been in the mindset of, oh man, like I want to avoid 30. Like, because I want to enjoy it. Because I feel like at 21, I look at myself at 21 and I'm just like, God, you were a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, and when I was 21, I looked at myself when I was 13 and I was like, God, what a dum-dum.
Yeah.
And then like at 29, I'm kind of like, I'm not afraid of 30.
No, well,
it's just a number.
It's going to come.
Yeah.
Whether you want it to or not.
Yeah. Because
I mean, you could be like someone we know and just pretend that like you're always 30.
You're always 30.
Oh, you never.
Those flabby titties aren't doing you no favor.
Ooh, brother.
So, you went
saw Incredibles.
So how this all ties into The Incredibles too. So, I know it.
So I went and saw The Incredibles
because there was a moment that happened during watching the movie.
Okay.
Which I'll let you go into your thing. That I want to kind of get into a little bit.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's okay. Just go on.
So
I'll tell the
we
story.
went and saw Incredibles 2 my first time at the movie tavern.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been there yet.
Had not been there yet. It went with the full extended family.
Yep.
The theater quality is excellent.
It's a good, you really only go for the experience. You don't necessarily go for the quality of food.
The food was I got the game day trio.
Oh, yeah.
Which was sliders,
the sampler platter.
Yeah, sliders, chicken wings, and the cheese fries. The sliders were excellent, very very good. The chicken wings were probably the worst I've ever had on the face of the planet.
Pro tip: unless you're going to a place that specializes in chicken wings,
don't
get the chicken wings.
Do not get them. It was
bars, pizza places. Those are the places you go and get chicken wings.
Right.
Chicken wing, like designated, like Duff's in Buffalo.
Right.
That's where you get chicken wings. No Tully's, no movie tavern.
No, and not only like were they not good,
right?
They were the quality of the places not to get wings from. Like,
exactly.
they were the quality of, like, getting Domino's wings.
Yeah.
Or, like, Little Caesar wings.
Not,
You're like,
yeah.
I'm already paying $5 for a whole fucking pizza. I am not spending $3 on a dozen wings.
Yeah.
Because that shit ain't gonna
You're
end
paying
well.
for the quality at that place.
Yeah, so those were dog shit, and then like the cheese fries, they had weird cheese on them that I didn't enjoy. It was more of like a it was
cheese paste.
it was more like a cheese paste, and I was just like, you know what, that
Never go for the cheese paste.
the sliders were great. So next time I go, I will definitely be getting a burger of some
right.
kind.
And it's you know it's not terrible food really.
Right.
But yeah, so you enjoyed the movie.
The movie was excellent. Waited 15 fucking years for the sequel.
Right.
To Incredibles, which Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie you'll ever see.
I remember watching the first movie the first time. Like, wow, this was a pleasant viewing experience.
Yes, and the thing I loved about both the first Incredibles and the second Incredibles, it's not a comedy.
It's really not, but they do well at the comedic beats.
They do.
They do.
And it's one of those things, it's not like, I'm trying to think of one of the last movies I saw where, it's not like the fucking Force Awakens, or no,
Force. That was not a comedy.
The Last Jedi, where
Okay.
the jokes in it are good the first time. And
Right.
the first time. And that's it.
Yeah.
Because they go for the initial pop, and then if you rewatch it again, you're like, okay, well, I know this joke is coming. It's not as funny.
Right.
Where the jokes in the Incredibles movies are more of like, they're within the story, so
Yeah.
you will laugh more times.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was good. I mean, you kind of saw where
It was predictable.
it was predictable, but less predictable than I had predicted it to be.
Okay.
Because I had predicted, spoilers
Well,
a little bit, not too much. I predicted that the main villain was the guy, and then that it was the girl kind of threw me off a little bit. So.
Okay. I kind of my thought was it was going to be either one of them or the two of them together.
See, I thought it was either going to be the guy or the both of them.
Okay.
So the fact that it was just the girl by herself
Yeah.
was kind of a nice, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But overall, excellent
overall,
movie.
well, like Christy and I enjoyed the hell out of it, but something happened
Okay.
during the movie.
Oh, yeah, you had a seizure?
No, which like
Apparently that's
warning.
been happening.
Like I remember watching it, being like, "Wow, like this could be intense for some people."
Yeah.
because like I knew a kid back in college who like he had that condition where if
Can't
he
watch
saw
Pokemon.
like can't watch Pokemon, like can't watch anything with strobing lights because
Right.
he'll have a seizure. And, like there were times where like we would be in a room and like a movie would start flashing and he would be looking away and be like, "Is it done?" And I was like,
Congratulations, Christy. I'm glad you knew who the villain was.
I
I'm
knew it was
glad.
her
I'm glad
immediately.
you're smarter than me. And yeah,
I mean, you don't gotta like feel bad about it.
I'm just saying that was kind of a smug thing to say.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
You get yourself in trouble enough on this.
But no, something happened. A couple things happened during the movie, which I was like, this is a weird world we live in.
Okay.
So, first of all, because we went to a slightly later showing.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, like this is a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's a movie for kids.
Yeah.
Theater was packed.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, this is, and we went to the theater near us, which usually doesn't do a lot of business these days because it's a dead mall.
Oh right. Yeah. Yep.
But a packed house for the movie, and it was more of a tropey thing. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So, and like there were kids in the theater and stuff, which was to be expected. But like throughout it, like you kept hearing like shit hitting the ground, and, like people like stepping on like nacho boxes. I'm like, this is weird. And then at one point, like midway through the movie, and there was like a part where the movie was kind of loud, like you could kind of, like there was this like something happening like off to the side, and like I turned my attention, and there are two women shouting back and forth at each other. And one of them was like, and like apparently one of them was kicking the other's chair, and then there was like a denial, and then there were some fuck yous, and then there was a, well, why don't you just go to another theater? And then they were shouting, and I'm like, there's about to be a fight.
Yeah,
at a
incredible.
goddamn kids movie. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the world we live in.
Yes.
And I'm like, these motherfuckers are about to fight at a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there was part of me where I was like, do I say something? Do I be that guy?
You don't get involved.
But I was like, the thing was, if I was close, I was more pissed off because they were ruining my movie.
Oh, well, of course.
Experience.
You paid your hard-earned
I
money.
didn't I could give a shit if they had gone out to the hallway and fought.
Sure.
I was more like, motherfuckers, you're ruining the movie for me.
Right.
I paid to see this movie, and you're ruining my experience.
Right.
But we were further down the row, so I couldn't really get into it.
Sure.
So and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, these motherfuckers, and then they're shouting and swearing back and forth at each other, and then this old lady just pops up from the darkness, and she just turns and goes, "There are children here." And under my breath, I just go, "Fucking A." Good for you, old lady.
Right?
And then they stopped.
She ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, but then they stopped. And then I was like, fucking A.
Right? Right.
But that happened, and I was just so blown away by it. I was just like this is where we're at now.
Let me ask you this, because you bring up an interesting point about the world we live in kind
Right.
of thing, and the things we have to deal with in our society today. When you get to a movie, do you typically get there early to pick a seat kind of thing?
I
or
go for here's the thing. I am all about the movie going experience.
Right.
So I don't. So there's a lot of things I like to factor in.
Okay.
Are we buying tickets beforehand?
Right.
What source am I buying the tickets from?
Mm-hmm.
Do I get any free shit from it? Because I'm all about my movie points.
Okay.
Gotta get popcorn.
Okay.
So a lot of times we'll go early to get good seats. Typically, if it's a new release and it's opening night, we'll go early to get good seats,
Right.
and to settle in.
Mm-hmm.
If the movie's been out for a couple of weeks or a few months,
Won't worry about it so much.
We'll just be like, let's just show up and maybe try to sneak in, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm all about the experience of going to the movies.
Well, let me ask you this, because I found myself doing this.
Okay.
And we do, especially if we got the kids, you want to get there early to get, make sure they're settled, they got their shit, they're ready to go, kind of thing. Do you find yourself, because I find myself doing this, and I found myself doing this while watching The Incredibles, do you find yourself eyeballing every motherfucker that comes into the theater to see what they got? If they got a bag, if they got heavy clothing, if they got
unfortunately, with the events that have happened in recent years,
right.
It is something that I think that's on really everybody's mind.
It has to be.
So
kind of unavoidable at this point.
kind of taking a scan of everybody as they're coming in and just being okay, make sure I'm aware of the exits.
Right.
If shit hits the fan, we know what's my strategy going to be.
There was one time recently. It wasn't this movie, but it was probably whatever the hell one I went to before that, where I'm just like, you know what? There's one person I've got my eye on here because he looks kind of a little shady. And it was one of those things where I'm just like, do I say something? Because it was one of those things where he was kind of by himself with a bag situation. But he had popcorn and stuff, so he looked he looked like he was going to enjoy the movie.
I mean, not for nothing, I've gone to the movies by myself a number of times.
Well, me too, but I don't bring a goddamn fucking backpack with me when I do it. So
you gotta hide your snacks somehow.
Well, that's what I figured, but I was just like, you know what? I see where he's sitting. I'm just gonna kind of, just keep an eye out. And then of course, once the movie starts, I completely forget about him and watch the movie.
Yeah, because
But I'm just saying, it's kind of it's one thing, like you said, people fighting in a children's movie, and then you never know when that's going to escalate.
I was ready for them to start fighting each other, right there.
That'd been amazing.
Because I would have been like, do I stop it still? Is this
just don't get involved?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's two sides to the story.
I don't think there was.
No,
I think it was clear somebody was kicking. I mean, somebody might have been accidentally kicking the chair.
Right.
Well, the guy behind me, I know was drunk because at one point he stood up and he fell over and he had to grab my chair for assistance.
Oh, no.
And he was fucking rodeoing it. So I turned around, I was just like, dude, and again, I was like, what the like? You're drunk at a kids movie.
Yep.
And he was like 40, so it was like way over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, and I'm almost 30. All right.
I am.
But I wasn't that fucking asshole.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And you know, it's a confined space. It's kind of like an airplane where, like, if someone's kicking your seat, what are you gonna do? Come on, like,
Tell him to shut the fuck up.
we're all
Tell
in
him to stop.
we're all in this 2.5 hour flight together. We're all watching The Incredibles.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good flick though.
It is good.
It was really good.
I'd recommend it.
I'm probably going to see it again.
I will probably see it. I'm sure I'll see it again.
I think I'm going to go to the drive-in
Uh,
because they're playing this
that
weekend.
they got a good lineup. For you watching.
Singular. No, I'm sure the wife's watching too. So for the two of you, they've got Incredibles, they've got the Black Panther, they've got the Infinity War.
Yeah.
All on the big screen.
Have you seen Infinity War yet?
Have not.
Oh man.
Have not seen Black Panther either.
What? I thought you saw Black Panther.
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure we had the conversation.
Listen,
about...
I'm not that guy that thinks all black people look the same. Okay, I would know if I saw Black Panther.
No, because I have a distinct like memory of us talking about Black Panther.
No.
Okay, cool.
So. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay.
It's settled.
We're going.
Boom. Space Force.
R.I.P. Snakes.
Yeah.
So if you got your dream team for Space Force and you want to send it to us, you can hit us up at Brainwreck Show on Facebook.
Find us on YouTube, which you're watching on right now probably. You can get there, brainwreck.net. Twitch, Instagram.
You just kind of trailed off. You didn't really.
I did. Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. Find us at Brainwreck Show. Watch our stream. I got to cough real quick. I got the other thing I learned too is I think I'm now suffering from acid reflux.
Oh yeah, dude, that happens.
Which I like.
Dude, we got a whole thing of Tums.
I got a whole thing of Tums and some Pepto-Bismol, which I did not
Fucking A.
realize that we had at the time.
Okay.
Even though I was looking at it the entire time.
Right.
But like I had like a lot of meat on Sunday.
Okay.
And I got home Sunday night and my throat was burning.
Uh-huh.
Like because usually I feel like when I'm getting sick, like like my throat's starting to get sore. It's like allergy season.
Right.
You know, I'm probably getting sick. But like the whole next day I was just like burping and like kind of like coughing up like bile.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, and I was like, is this what being 30 is like?
Yeah, like you can't eat the same shit anymore.
Shit.
Like I get it from water sometimes.
What?
Drinking water. If I drink too much water, I'll get some.
Fuck you, water.
Exactly, fish fucking it.
You know how fuck it, water kills, man. You know how many people a year water kills?
I mean, people drown all the time.
I know, it murders them.
So for the show,
Brainwreck Show, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Find us there. Watch our stream from last week where I tried to play Zelda.
Very poorly.
A Link from the Past.
No.
What the fuck did I play?
Ocarina
Majora's
of Time.
Mask. Oh, Ocarina of Macarena of Time.
There was a potato involved.
There was, and some chickens.
Yes.
Yeah. And this asshole just yelled at me for 2 hours.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Did
you end the show yet?
No.
Are you
Round
going
two.
Round two. Do we have to?
You have to beat the game, motherfucker.
I gotta beat the game?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, brother.
Gotta hear the Song of Storms. So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I can just Google it. I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been a fucking show.